When are you playing next? No, we're gonna travel the road together, all of us. How about that? Right. Okay, fine, why not?
I'm a dancer, and I'm a traveler. And wherever I go, I experience the world one dance at a time. I'm Mickela Mallozzi, and this is Bare Feet in NYC. Bare Feet is supported in part by
Bloomberg Connects gives you a way to experience the arts from your mobile phone. You can explore hundreds of cultural organizations from around the world, anytime, anywhere. Learn more at bloombergconnects.org or wherever you find your apps.
Welcome to Manhattan's Chinatown, one of the 9 Chinatown neighborhoods here in New York City. It is the oldest and most iconic of the Chinese neighborhoods, which together make up the largest ethnic Chinese population outside of Asia. Situated in downtown Manhattan surrounding Canal Street, Chinatown is currently made up of roughly 40 square blocks, bordering Little Italy, Tribeca, and the Lower East Side. Today's Chinatown in Manhattan has more than doubled in size since its first inception in the late 1800s and is home to almost 100,000 people. My mission for Bare Feet in NYC is to find the local stories in the ethnic neighborhoods that make up this melting pot that we call New York City and where I call home.
It's a lot harder than it looks.
On my journey, I will meet with local New Yorkers who share their cultural traditions and have been preserving them for generations. And of course, I'll be doing this through their music and dance. The Chinese have practiced many forms of martial arts for centuries, so I thought to start my Manhattan Chinatown adventure, I would wake my body up with some invigorating Tai Chi in Columbus Park. Tai Chi is a series of repetitive, slow movements that help bring clarity and mental calmness to those who practice it. The 3 main aspects of the study of Tai Chi are health, meditation, and martial art.
The ancient Tai Chi started centuries ago, and the history is that it was martial arts to start with, what you call now Kung Fu martial arts.
Right.
Then many years later, and I don't know exactly when, one of the sifu started to use it to practice for health reasons. Our sifu's name is Sifu Lim, and she started exercising here probably 21 years ago.
Wow.
Yes, and more people started joining and asking her if they could follow her. And then, people started to come, and we started to learn from her. And many groups formed, and they are in different parts of Chinatown. Tai Chi comes in many different sets. The most basic one is 24.
And
which
those
is
are
what
24 moves? Is that what that
24
is?
moves.
24 moves.
So they make it very simple. And then the next one is a 42. 24, the 42, 48, so on. And then it all becomes part of practicing Tai Chi.
All right, and this is the left.
This is the left, see that? Okay.
My hand form is not, my technique isn't.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Yep, like this. And a lot of forms are only one fan.
So I was doing the advanced class.
Yes,
right away.
Advanced class.
Considered to be used originally as weapons, variations of Tai Chi include using a long spear, a wooden staff, a double-edged sword, and a fan.
All of this, the Tai Chi and the fan, it's very graceful, very fluid. Obviously, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to follow along. But the amazing thing about this is every single morning here in Columbus Park in Chinatown, these women come and practice Tai Chi. My heart rate is up, but I feel energized. Beautiful, soothing music. It's almost meditation with a little bit of higher energy, getting your blood flowing in the morning. It is beautiful, and I feel fantastic.
Columbus Park is a relatively small park for New York City standards, yet it is a bustling meeting place for Chinatown locals to congregate and practice whatever art form they are working on. It is one of the busiest parks in all of the 5 boroughs. So with so many other groups around, I decide to join some more. A little bit of traditional Chinese aerobics and Kung Fu.
Belly rub. Always need a belly rub in the morning. Hello. Good morning. That was awesome. What is the name of this dance?
It's Yanqi.
Yanqi.
It's like in between Tai Chi, in between martial art and dance.
In between.
It's something like Tai Chi, very strong martial art and something like dance, you know. It's in between both. Yeah.
In the morning, we bring the sun with us. This is beautiful. What is the martial arts that you're doing?
Shaolin Kung Fu.
Shaolin Kung Fu.
You
Just
gonna kick with us?
yeah, just like how do I kick? All those years of high kicks are coming into play.
Step. There you go. And little step. Look at that.
In Chinese, the term kung fu refers to any practice that requires energy, patience, and time to master. Shaolin Kung Fu is one of the oldest styles of Chinese martial arts, dating as far back as the 6th century.
Hiya! I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna kick you.
My Manhattan Chinatown adventure is a deeper look into today's version of this neighborhood. But how did Chinatown come about? I head to the Museum of Chinese in America to learn a little more about the history of Manhattan's Chinatown. Thank you, Beatrice, for letting us come to this beautiful space.
Sure.
Tell us a little bit about the history of Chinatown. It's one of the oldest neighborhoods here in New York, right?
Yes, it is one of the oldest. One of the reasons that it was founded was really because of the Chinese Exclusion Act of 1882. The Chinese were not allowed to become citizens or to emigrate unless you were a scholar, merchant, or student. And so sort of living in the same area really provided that support network for each other.
Right. Now, we're standing in a room that is a general store. It's a reconstructed old general store. Tell us about what a general store meant to the Chinese.
Sure. General stores were really the meeting places and the community spaces. General stores would sell goods from China. And it's also where you can get translation services. People would introduce people to each other. So it really was this very informal network of support. The Museum of Chinese America was founded in 1980 and really to document a changing Chinatown. Our co-founders, Jack Chen and Charlie Lai, along with a collective of artists and activists, decided that they needed to salvage and document and preserve. And we have continually collected and documented the changing neighborhood here, looking at the successive waves of immigrants who have come. And it is really about the earlier generations and showing what kind of choices they had to make and how that's impacted successive generations. And so our core exhibition is really a tribute of sorts to them, and also to point out the turning points in Chinese American history and how they influence US history and also sort of family experiences. You know, as with all immigrants, each family or each individual has a different story. I think most importantly, you know, we're here to fill that missing chapter in American history and give voice to those who haven't had that chance.
That's wonderful. My next stop is to the New York Mencius Youth Chinese Orchestra. Offered as a free after-school program for children of all backgrounds, the Society's mission is to preserve the Chinese classical music traditions in New York.
Am I that big?
No, don't worry. This is Asian side, so I make sure Asian.
Tell me a little bit, what's the name of this instrument?
It's called a yangqin.
Yangqin.
Know what it's called in English?
Is it a hammered dulcimer? Is that what that is?
Correct.
Yeah.
Smart. You did your homework.
The yangqin is an instrument originally from Persia, or modern-day Iran. It is believed to have made its way to China through the Silk Road, the international trade route connecting the East to the West for almost 2,000 years.
I would love to learn that line. Dun, dun, da, 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 dun. I know that's very hard.
This is Mencius Society for the Arts, and we were founded in 2003. And it was really a collaborative vision of Xiao Lao Shi over there, you know, the maestro, and myself. the whole idea is to, to redress some of the inequities that you find, in the school system. A lot of the kids in public school, they, other than, oh, we got to get good at math and English, and they're not actually getting out there and doing something like this.
The zizi is the Chinese bamboo flute and is one of the most popular instruments used in Chinese folk music, Chinese opera, and Chinese orchestras. It is supposed to be played with the fingers outstretched.
Got it. Nailed it. Let's do it. We're rocking it.
The erhu is known as the two-string Chinese fiddle and has recently been used in rock and modern music, along with traditional folk and classical Chinese. Unlike a Western fiddle, the bow rests in between the two strings, used on both sides of the strings when played.
Parents of these children tend to be still very actively connected with Asia, with all of that, that whole idea of pan-Chinese, culture. At the same time as they're very vested in being Americans and raising their family here and having their businesses or their, jobs and things. And what makes us a little different from a lot of the other programs that are available in that we emphasize that this should be a vehicle for your intergenerational reconnection.
Yes.
Various drums and cymbals add to the energetic dynamic that is particular to Chinese classical music. The addition of Western instruments such as the modern drumstick and crash cymbal show how the music has evolved over time. Chinese classical music is meant to begin with a magnificent entry, and the bow, or the traditional Chinese version of the crash cymbal, helps to pronounce that flourish. It is the iconic sound to this music.
These kids were great. And the fact that they just let me jump in.
Right.
It was so much fun. I had so much fun.
And they also get, the other thing is, playing like this in the community, such community activities, it gives them an opportunity to break away from the standard school institutional thing of, oh, I only do things with kids of my own age, exactly the same grade, the same class, So here they have that senior and junior and, kind of gelling together and sense of, an extended family.
Totally. I mean, the first thing that gets cut in the school system is what?
Arts. Exactly.
Arts. And the arts are so important to be expressive and to be part of any community.
Right.
Any community. So I commend you for what you're doing. This is beautiful. Well, thank you so much for letting me just jump right in. This was wonderful. I really, really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you, Julie.
After learning the rhythms of Manhattan's Chinatown with the Mencius Youth Orchestra, I meet up with Mr. Carlin Chan, a local activist and Chinatown native who was kind enough to give me a personal look into the everyday life in his neighborhood.
Carlin Chan, you are my guide here in Chinatown.
Okay.
You are also, as we walk around, everybody knows you. You say hi to everybody. You are like the mayor of this neighborhood here.
I wouldn't say that, but I'm heavily into the community issues and stuff.
Yeah.
And I grew up here. I spent my whole life here just about. We had tremendous expansion during the middle to late 90s, but now we're seeing that shrink also. So it's a natural recurring cycle of gentrification.
But you know what I really love is that you can come to Chinatown and still find authentic food that we're gonna eat. You can find Tai Chi in the park. We still have the celebrations. There's still the temple. There is still a drive for people to preserve their traditions.
It's good to see that these young people are coming back to this and they find a sense of belonging.
Yeah.
There's something they like, there's something they put effort into.
My first stop with Carlin was to the Eastern States Buddhist Temple on Mott Street, right below Canal Street.
Okay, so this is one of the oldest Buddhist temples in New York City's Chinatown.
right, so we're gonna pick a fortune. Good one? Ooh, I like this. Probability of success. Excellent. The house is pleasant and the atmosphere is sweet. Everything is in its place, tidy and neat. The hungry will have plenty of food to eat. There'll be no illness that doctors cannot treat. That's wonderful.
You got a good fortune?
Chance of success is excellent.
Oh.
Today is the Marco Polo Day Parade, one of the many annual street celebrations in Manhattan's Chinatown. This particular parade is unique to this Chinatown because it highlights the special relationship between the Chinese and Italian-American communities in Manhattan's Chinatown and Little Italy, which are bordering and overlapping neighborhoods.
This is gorgeous. So here you have the map.
This is a map of the Silk Road.
Right.
From Italy, Europe to China.
Up 2 blocks on Mott Street was our next stop, the New York China Mart.
This is probably one of the biggest supermarkets left in Chinatown now.
Whoa. Freshest fish. We walk in, there's fresh fish right here. They're all alive. Are these snakes?
No, they're eels. So this is a section where you order your peppers, you have your hot pepper, your red bell pepper, green bell peppers.
You can find everything here. All the Chinese products you want. You got breads, you got meats, you got produce, you got frogs. What else do you need? Right in the heart of Chinatown. Wow.
Our last stop was to Cha Chen Tang, a perfect example of how New York's culture influences the Chinese food. This restaurant is known for its fusion of Pan-Asian cuisine and American staples, with a Chinese twist, of course.
That's all I'm excited about is eating lots of food in Chinatown. This table's filling up. That's great.
It's not bad.
It's good. It's really not
I
bad.
think the coriander gives it a lot of flavor.
It's delicious. Delicious food, delicious soup with new friends. Right, Carlin?
This is great on a cold day.
Oh, it's perfect for a cold day.
Chinatown is always a bustling part of Manhattan, but the most vibrant and lively time of this neighborhood is during the Chinese Lunar New Year celebrations. I made it just in time to see what goes on in the preparations for the big parade. Carlin is a member of the Chinese Freemasons of New York City, and this organization also has a sacred lion dance troupe. To begin my understanding of the lion dance, I first needed to learn the rhythms of the dance on the sacred drum.
So, you know, this is your basic walking or playing around beat.
Can I hear it?
Okay. That's it. Okay, so we're gonna tie those 3 beats in, right? The last one is, it sounds like this. Got it?
Yeah.
Let's try it again.
Okay.
After learning the basics of the drum rhythms, I was ready for the hard part, learning the sacred lion dance.
So this is strength training to do the dances.
1, 2, 3.
The Chinese Freemasons of New York practice the Southern-style lion dance, which is based off of kung fu moves.
4, 5, 6, 7.
As I quickly learned, kung fu training is the backbone for this dance, and being a martial arts school is a necessity for any lion dance troupe.
1, 2, second set. 3, 4, 50. We haven't even started dancing yet. This is the most amazing part. It's almost been half an hour of warm-up. And we're not even doing the full warm-up. Usually they do twice as long to go through all these sets, squats, and positions. Seriously, forget your boot camp. You gotta do Chinese lion dance. I don't think I'm gonna raise my arms tomorrow. They've initiated me with a New York Chinese Freemasons t-shirt. I made it, and now we're gonna dance. Yes. All right, let's do this.
People do the lion dance because it's supposed to scare away the bad spirit. Initially, every single one of these lion heads are blessed, and they're supposed to be good luck. So we would go around to every store and warn off the bad spirits and also pay respect to the gods that have been making the companies have good wealth and, you know, continue to live on.
These dances date back as far as the 3rd century AD. The lion head is made of paper mache constructed around a bamboo frame, and the different colors of each lion represent its age and character. For example, a lion with white or gray fur is considered the oldest, and a red lion represents courage.
When the lion kicks it, it gives the prosperity and the wealth to the people watching. It
But that's what those gloves were.
Yeah, so they were supposed to symbolize oranges and also lettuce. So when the lion kicks it at the end, it's like, okay, you know, audience, here's the wealth and here's the prosperity for the year that's coming.
Traditionally, it's a men's dance.
Yes.
What's it like being a girl in a group? Especially, it's such a physically demanding dance.
It was kind of like, oh, these are all guys I'm working with. And it was a little difficult, but they were all really open and they were all willing to teach us. So that's all that really matters.
Yeah.
But, you know, in the end, you know, they're like my family. They're like my brothers taking care of me.
I had a friend up here. He started line dancing. I'd be curious, like, hey, where do you go every Friday night? Like, where do you go? Like, you know, I want in.
Yeah.
I want in.
You gotta add pose. When you shoot out, it's a strong stance. It should be 1, 2, 3. On a 3 count, you were ready to shoot up.
Oh, okay.
Instead of having already been up. I started when I was 6 years old. My father was a part of the club, and he taught me. He even taught me with a little baby head.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so you know, we just started a new child program, and you know, it's great that we're starting, you know, teaching these young kids and to learn and carry on the Chinese tradition.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're snap right here in the front. Woman stance. 1, 2, 3. All right. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
And just like that.
Yes.
And you would pose and look fancy. People take pictures of you.
So this is the hard part. I get in here.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Perfect.
Yes! Thank you, Kyle. And we're gonna find you dancing in the parade.
That's great.
Yeah.
Come find us.
We're gonna do it.
The Chinese Lunar New Year is a major holiday here in Manhattan's Chinatown and all over the world. It is celebrated according to the lunar calendar. The first day of the new year falls on the new moon between January 21st and February 20th, and it is also known as the Spring Festival in Chinese. Traditionally, this festival is a time to honor the gods and one's ancestors. It is also a time to clean and rid the house of any misfortune to make way for the incoming good luck.
Happy New Year! Today is Chinese Lunar New Year here in Manhattan's Chinatown, and I am ready with my firecracker. You can hear the music coming down. There is a huge parade of lion dancers, dragon dancers, and we've got everyone. We got people from Germany! Cheers!
Firecrackers and poppers play a major role in the celebrations, as the small explosions are believed to ward off the evil spirits.
High five! Woo!
Red is an auspicious color, and the whole of Manhattan's Chinatown is covered in this vibrant shade. It is customary to give red envelopes filled with even amounts of money as payment to keep the evil spirits away for the year ahead. Odd-numbered amounts of money are seen as very unlucky.
We just got blessed by the lion for well wishes for the new year. Beautiful.
Manhattan's Chinatown is just one of the many incredible ethnic neighborhoods here in New York City that you can explore. And in the city's most vibrant, colorful, and chaotic streets, I found purpose, beauty, and peace. So next time you find yourself in Manhattan's Chinatown, take a moment to step into a side street and discover the hidden gems that our own city has to offer.
Happy Chinese New Year, and I'll see you on my next Bare Feet in NYC adventure, wherever it may take me.
You can stay connected with us on travelbarefeet.com, where you'll find extra bonus videos, join our Barefeet series conversations through social media, and stay updated with our newsletter.
I am here in the heart of Chinatown, ready to take a traditional. It is a tradition. Last time, we got it. Thank you! Yay! Thank you, guys. That was so cool.